Nigel Farage claims Labour's Brexit stance masks secret pro-EU agenda. In a political climate rife with contention, Nigel Farage has ignited a firestorm by alleging that Labour's current stance on Brexit is nothing more than a facade for a hidden pro-European Union agenda. This assertion not only challenges the integrity of the Labour Party but also poses profound implications for the UK's democratic fabric. With Brexit still a hot-button issue, Farage's claims underscore a crucial moment in British politics where betrayals of public trust could lead to unprecedented consequences. Labour's leadership, long accused of playing both sides of the Brexit debate, now faces fierce scrutiny. Critics argue that under the guise of pragmatism, the party is orchestrating a return to the EU without the consent of the electorate. Many fear that this duplicitous strategy may disenfranchise voters who believed in the democratic mandate of the 2016 referendum, a decision that was, as proponents insist, once in a generation. The stakes could not be higher. If Labour's plans unfold without transparency, the British people will not forgive what could be perceived as a betrayal of their will. Farage's provocative statements come at a time when the Labour Party is trying to consolidate its base, seeking to appeal to both Remainers and Leavers. However, this balancing act is fraught with peril. The former UKIP leader characterizes Labour's approach as a dangerous game, suggesting that the party is preparing to undermine the very sovereignty that millions voted to reclaim. This framing positions Labour not just as a political rival, but as a potential enemy of the people's choice. The ramifications of this alleged duplicity extend beyond mere party politics. They touch the core of what Brexit represents. Historical parallels abound. Recall the tumult of the 1970s, when the UK grappled with its identity within Europe, or the fierce debates leading up to the 2016 referendum. These moments are etched in the national psyche, and as Farage points out, the current Labour leadership risks repeating the mistakes of the past. The debate is no longer just about trade agreements or immigration, it's about the very soul of the nation. Critics within the political landscape are quick to highlight the contradictions in Labour's rhetoric. Analysts warn that the party's ambiguous stance could alienate both ends of the spectrum. If Labour attempts to pivot back to the EU without a clear mandate, they will face a backlash from the very voters they seek to woo, says political analyst Jane Smith. This fear of alienation is palpable. The country stands at a crossroads where trust in political institutions hangs by a thread. The potential fallout from Labour's strategy is significant. If the party's pro-EU agenda is indeed as clandestine as Farage suggests, the repercussions could reshape British politics for generations. Imagine a scenario where Labour successfully re-establishes ties with the EU, effectively sidelining the Brexit vote. Such a development would not only ignite fury among Leave voters but could also lead to a new wave of populism, further polarizing the electorate. Moreover, Farage's claims resonate with a growing sentiment among the public that their voices are being drowned out. Many feel that the political elite, regardless of party affiliation, are out of touch with the realities faced by ordinary citizens. This is not just about Brexit, it's about accountability, argues political commentator Mark Thompson. If Labour is indeed hiding its true intentions, it will face the wrath of a disillusioned electorate. As the battle lines are drawn, the urgency of the moment cannot be overstated. This is not merely a political squabble, it's a struggle for the very principles of democracy and representation. The fight against perceived betrayal is one that echoes through history, from the suffragettes to the civil rights movement. Today, the British people must unite to ensure their voices are heard and respected. In conclusion, Farage's stark warning about Labour's Brexit stance should not be dismissed as mere political rhetoric. It serves as a clarion call for vigilance in a time of uncertainty. The future of the UK hangs in the balance, and as citizens, we must remain engaged and informed. The question remains, will we allow our democratic process to be undermined? Join the conversation, like and subscribe to stay updated, and become part of a growing movement that champions transparency and accountability in our political landscape. Together, we can ensure that the voices of the British people are not just heard but heeded.